So, you are the one who will take the rice.
Yes, my lord.
I praise you for your bravery. Is there anything that you need?
I need your golden slippers.
Why?
That Yakkha is allowed to eat all the creatures that stand on the ground at the foot of the tree. I will stand on the slippers, not the ground.
What else?
I need your umbrella, my king.
Why?
The Yakkha gets to eat all that stands in the shade of his tree. I will stand in the shade of the umbrella, not the tree.
What else?
Your sword, my lord.
Why?
All creatures, even goblins, fear those with weapons in their hands.
What else?
I need to carry the rice in your golden bowl.
Why?
It is not right for a wise man like me to bring poor quality rice in an earthen dish. If I do, I will not have the Yakkha's respect.
You will have all that you ask for.
Do not fear, my king. I will return today after I have conquered the Yakkha. The young man put all the items into the cart and entered the forest. When he got close to the Yakkha's tree, he put on all the items. From his giant tree, the Yakkha could see the young man approaching. Even from far away, the Yakkha could tell that this person was not like any others he had met before. When the young man got to the tree, he took a deep breath and steadied his resolve. The young man knew that the Yakkha was only allowed to eat those who stepped into the shadow of his tree, and used the king's sword to push the rice. The Yakkha, seeing this, thought,
"Ah, he hasn't stepped into the shadow yet. Once he steps in, he will be mine."
"Yakkha Mahadewa, the king has sent you rice as promised. If you are home, come forth and eat."
What I really want to eat is this young man. He must be delicious. I must find a way to deceive him and have him come into the shade of the tree. Young man, come closer and bring the food to me.
"Yakkha, you can't eat me. I stand in the shadow of the umbrella. I stand on the king's shoes, not in your shadow. I am no mere fearful man. If you try to eat me, I will fight you with all I have. I will use this sword to cleave you in half."
This man is wise and brave. He knows my intent, and he knows my restrictions. He seems ready to fight me if I try to eat him.
"Mahadewa, you are a great Yakkha, but you are foolish. You are trading a small gain for a large loss. You are thinking only of the short term. If you are successful in eating me, you only get one meal. But that one meal will cost you many others. Men will hear of my death and fear to bring rice to you. They will say, 'This Yakkha has no shame. He even ate a wise man like Sutana. This Yakkha has no discernment or respect for the wise.' In your state, with your restrictions, food is something hard to find. My king knows your restrictions and will never come close to this tree, and you will never be able to eat him. But if you eat this fine quality rice and let me go home safely, I will speak to the king on your behalf and ask him to have someone bring you food every day. For the sacrifice of one meal, you shall have many meals in the future."
This man speaks sense and is very wise. I would do well to take his counsel. Young Sutana, your words are very wise. I will eat only this fine rice. You can take your sword, umbrella, shoes, and this dish, and peacefully go on your way. Visit your mother and make her happy.
Swear to abide by the 5 precepts. Swear never to harm another. Swear to do good. Mahadeva, do you know why you are a yaka, bound to this tree, unable to freely move around? In the past, you ate the flesh and blood of others, and so you were born as a yaka.
So that is why I am a yaka. It makes sense. My own actions have caused my own suffering. I am in this state due to my past.
If you realize the suffering inherent to your existence, you must no longer murder or harm others. We cannot be free from suffering if we continue to do evil. Instead, we must do good and develop our virtue. Only then will we experience any happiness in this world. Mahadeva, you don't have to stay in this tree. If a virtuous being invites you out, you can reside in a place you were invited to stay in. I hereby invite you to stay by the city gates, and I will get you the best rice to eat. And so Sutana brought Mahadeva with him through the forest. Mahadeva followed behind respectfully, carrying all the items. Eventually, they arrived at Benares. There, Sutana invited Mahadeva to reside in a large tree near the city gates. When the king heard what happened, he praised Sutana and promoted him to the general of the army and chief advisor to the king. Sutana guided the king in good actions and led him in doing charity and developing virtues. After their lives ended, they were reborn in heaven. After the lesson, the Buddha taught the noble truths, and the monk who supported his mother became a Sotapanna. The Buddha then identified the Jataka. Mahadeva, the yaka, was Angulimala. The king was Ananda. And I was Sutana, the wise youth. What did you learn from this story? Let us know in the comments. We hope you enjoyed the video. Click like if you did, and click subscribe if you want to see our uploads. And consider making a donation to support our Buddhist animation project.